podcast.
True. I'm like, okay, this is how you're going to do it. No, just kidding.
This is what not to do.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. What's up, guys? It's Nettie with another episode of Pinches Tóxicas podcast with my co-host, Valeria.
What's up, guys?
And today we have a guest, FinalGirlJess.
Hello.
We'll insert the clapping.
Yeah.
How are you, Jess?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited.
I know, me
Start off
too.
spooky
I was
season.
so scared to ask you to be on it.
Really?
Yeah, I really was. I was so
Why?
nervous. I kept telling her. Like, it literally hit me out of nowhere. I was like, because I think I saw you post something, and I was like, wait.
Probably my movie review, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I was like already thinking like, oh, what's our next thing gonna be? Well, we had already said for October we were gonna do like spooky things, like stories or whatever.
That's cool.
And then I think you popped up, and I was like, wait, like this is what she's all about.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if we have her on? And I asked her, and she's like, yeah, we should do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if she says no? What if she's like, what the hell? Who are you? Well, because it feels silly.
Who's
like
this?
even now, like telling people. Like my cousin, when she seen me at a family party, she's like telling her friends, "Oh, my cousin has a podcast," and I was like, "Shut the fuck up! No, I don't," because, like I said, it's just starting, so it feels weird.
Yeah.
Like,
no, yeah, that's
I have a podcast, and you go to it, and I have like 2 followers.
It's just me and her following each
You're
other.
like,
I'm like, okay. No.
You're like,
No, I was excited when you asked me.
Yeah.
Especially when you talk about like spooky stuff, and it's like spooky season, so it's like a big interest for not just me, but I feel like everybody right now for like this season, you know?
Yeah, true. Right now,
Yeah.
but I feel like for you, it's like
I
your
love it.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
When do you, like when did you start being more into it, like this kind of lifestyle? Because I feel like your style, like your dressing style, like I feel like it has, I mean, I don't want to say it hasn't changed because I don't think you
it's
dress
just,
like high school, but I feel like you're still like in the same.
It's like evolving more.
Yeah, but it's not
From
like,
when you met me, I
yeah,
think,
it's not like way fucking off either.
Yeah,
It's not like, damn, you're just like a whole new girl. Like,
Yeah.
I could see you already like this.
I feel like, ever since I was like little, I've always loved like horror or like spooky stuff, Halloween, like Goosebumps, like Are You Afraid of the Dark, like stuff like that. And so, I don't know, I just feel like growing up it was different. I couldn't really express myself, or I didn't know how to in that way until I just got into like middle school. It was just like more trending, you know, like of what's in style. So I would just do stuff like that. But
Trendy.
Yeah, I think until like high school and until I became an adult, I started getting into my own style. You know, because I have more time now to focus on myself after having kids.
Yeah,
so it's just like evolving. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. It was just like more. My style is just more evolving, and I'm coming into my true form. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm not. So this is the thing I tell people. It's like how I express my like outfits or just style. It's like I'm not goth.
Yeah, I don't think you're goth.
But I'm not like I don't know. I call myself like a Halloweeny. Like I'm like
Halloween-y.
girly with a touch of like spooky.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't think you're goth. I think I
feel like if I could in high school, I would have been, or like middle school, high school,
Yeah,
I would have
yeah.
been goth, but I didn't know how to express myself at
yeah,
that time. It was
and
just, like,
we're
a
being
weird time,
influenced
you know?
by other
Yeah,
kids,
things,
like
yeah.
Hollister was
Yeah.
in, or like
Yeah.
you know, or like remember when like South Pole was in, like I was all South Poled out and shit. That's so ugly now. I'm
cute,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot to mention that we met at Kohl's.
Yeah, we used to work there, yeah.
Did you open the store? Because I came on as a seasonal. Like, were you there when?
No, you were there already.
I was there. So you were there after me?
I was after you.
Oh.
But I
so
didn't
then-
see you right away. I think it was like not till after.
Oh, I remember now. I do
Yeah.
remember. I remember when you started because everybody was like, "Oh, the new girl that
Yeah.
started," and like you would always wear lashes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were like super like. I feel like you had more of a lot more makeup on back then.
Yeah.
Now it's like more natural.
Yeah.
But
That
still.
was how many years ago?
Dude, I don't even want to say it.
I'm like, how old am I?
Dude, I was like 19. So
Yeah.
that was like more than 10 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Did
that's a
you
long
really
time
want me
ago.
to say
I
that?
was like, oh my gosh.
You really,
I had to remember
we'll
how
edit
old
that
I
out.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like 12 years ago.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Okay, that was like in 2009. No, wait. Yeah.
2010. Yeah.
2009. So, what year are we in?
That was like 12, like 10 or 12 years ago.
It's more, no?
Is it?
2009. So,
We're
gonna do math. We gotta pull the math.
2019, 2020,
Calculator.
21, 22. Yeah,
Yeah.
like 13 years ago.
13.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
feel old now.
I know. This is before we had kids,
Mhm.
before everything.
Mhm.
This is when I was skinny. She knew the skinny me. I'm not lying, guys. I really was skinny once. But yeah, so that's how we met, and then like we just always stayed in touch.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, not much has changed.
You also have a business as well. We have two.
Yeah.
So then we can start off with the first one.
Mhm.
How did you get into your lash business? Like, how did that spark?
Well, when I started Bad and Bruja Lashes, I started it because I became a stay-at-home mom. And it was just something I was transitioning into because I was trying to still keep a piece of myself while being a mom full-time, you know. And my son, we found out he had sensory processing disorder and like a speech delay. So it was a full-time like thing at home where we had to come and like he had like counseling, speech therapy, just things like that at home. So I stopped working and I started doing that. So at night when I had time to myself, I started creating Bad and Bruja lashes. And where that came from is just from my love of horror and Halloween, and I kind of created that. And actually, as of yesterday, I am no longer the owner of Bad and Bruja Lashes.
What?
Yeah, I'm no longer the owner. You know, I always have love for Bad and Bruja Lashes. I've never really seen myself as like an owner. It's like more of a creator. That's how I see myself, as a creator. I love to create things in businesses, you know, things like that. So yeah, so my friend actually Elizabeth Perry, she owns Widow Witch Lashes and Widow Baby Clothing. So I know it's in good hands. You know, it's gonna be amazing. She has so many things planned for it. So I'm excited to see where it, you know, goes. It has a lot more growing to do, and she's, you know, now the new owner. So
Yeah,
I'm very happy that she took it over and I didn't have to close it. But I feel like my kids are older now. My son is done with therapy, so that's why I decided to like step back from it, and I just didn't have time anymore. You know, my kids' conversations are growing. They have a lot more to talk about. They want to do activities. You know, go on adventures. And I just didn't have time to put my full 100% into it. And so, yeah, so I just made the decision to do that. And luckily, you know, my friend Elizabeth stepped in. So
yeah,
and she's amazing. So I know I'm excited to see what she comes up with it.
And I remember, too, I asked you a while ago when I went to your other house, the one you were in before this one, I had asked you, like, oh, like, where do you see it? And you didn't, and I guess, you never really thought of it, like,
growing to what it is.
Yeah, because
you know?
you were like, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
And you loved it, but you didn't seem like, I guess, like, when I asked you, now looking back, now that you're telling me this, it didn't seem like you were like, oh, yeah, like, I'm going to be, like, this big owner and stuff. You were just like, oh, like, you
just
wanted
like
to be
humble about it. And it's
yeah,
just like
you wanted
hobby,
it to be like a small business type of thing. And then you told me, because I think I asked you, like, would you sell it in stores?
Yeah.
And I think you had told me, like, oh, people have asked me.
Yeah.
Like,
and people are now, like, selling it in
that's
stores.
crazy.
And so
that's so crazy. Like,
I know you never expect something, so you start off small. Like I used to go from like 10 orders, 5 orders a month, you know, and it became to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40, like, or actually like selling out within like hours or a day of things.
Yeah, every fucking time I went
I know,
on, I'm like, fuck, I never got the Sucia lashes again. Literally after the first time, I was like, every time I try it sold out. I'm like,
so,
do you think that it grew like obviously it was like slowly growing, right? But do you think that from one day to another, it kind of like took off even faster?
Yeah, I feel like it's a never-ending business, especially if it's like ran by one person, you know, and it was a one-person job. So it was like always posting, always reaching out to people. And I had a lot of support too from followers and strangers and from friends who reposted. So that's how it grew into what it is today. And so yeah, it's like it's just unexpected, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like it grew because it's authentic too. Like
it's own
it's
thing.
unique,
Yeah.
and it's a part of a community that I love and that a lot of people also love, and it's like pieces of everybody, not just myself. That's why I want it to be. That's why I said I'll always be a creator. It's not like I'm just the owner, because everyone is the face of Bad and Bruja Lashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I know I'm one.
Yeah. So,
I always
yeah.
be like, where's
Yeah.
it? And then the names too that you came up with, the lashes
Yeah.
too. Like, I mean, how
They're kind
could
of
it?
quirky and fun and
Yeah,
spooky.
and it's with some of your obviously because you're Latina, so it
yeah.
has like that.
A little touch of that into
Yeah,
it.
it has a little touch of everything, and
Yeah.
it's like, especially for our generation, I feel like, because I don't know. I feel like our age group, because Via's younger, our
yeah.
age group, I feel like our age group are starting to be like the hot moms.
Oh, yeah.
Like the moms that are still down to like have a
Yeah.
good time. And
Yeah.
like, because back then, I mean, I'm sure there was some moms too, but it was
Yeah.
more like, or at least for me, it was more like all my aunts, like they didn't.
Yeah, it was more reserved back then. And now
Yeah,
it's just
a
like,
lot more reserved, a lot more
Yeah.
conservative. Like, oh, you're a mom.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you are.
Yeah,
And
no.
I like,
Yeah,
I don't
not
know.
now. I'm like,
Yeah, no, we're
Yeah.
out here. But yeah, and I feel like it's just like that, and then I don't know, it's just like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I feel like a mom and like,
and that's what it
being,
was
like,
too. Like I said, I was a stay-at-home mom, and at night that's what I would create and do. And yeah, it grew to what it is today. But yeah,
that's cool.
as of I think yesterday or day before. Yeah, no, it's yesterday.
So
Yesterday, Friday.
are you still like somewhat and are gonna be involved in it?
Like I'll help her if she ever wants me to create stuff, but I'm no longer
Like you're
the
detached
owner.
from
I'm
it.
detached from it.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm still gonna always support it and watch it grow, because I know it is. Like there's so much cool stuff that she has, and it's gonna be cool. Like
Did you ever think it was gonna grow this big?
No.
Like when you started it, were you scared?
Yeah, I was.
Did you feel like, okay, because like I guess with the podcasting, I know it's different. Like you were selling something, and me, I'm just trying to be heard, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but like, I don't know. I guess like for the longest time I didn't do it because I've been wanting to do this for years and years, and I feel like like now they're starting to come out a lot more.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I need to do it.
Yeah.
So that kind of gave me a push, and then having someone with me because
Yeah.
I'm too shy to do it by
Yeah.
myself, or not even. Well, yeah, it's a shy thing.
Yeah.
But like just like starting the Instagram page and like, I guess trying to promote it.
Yeah.
Like makes me. I don't want to say it, but I guess I'll
It
say
is-
it. Like it makes me cringe.
Yeah.
Like at
Oh,
myself.
yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
oh my god, like who the fuck do I think I am? Type of
I
thing.
can see that, but you have to, I feel like, be confident and be proud of what you're putting your work into. That's what helps it be authentic, and people will see that
Yeah.
it's authentic, and it'll grow,
Yeah.
you know? That's what Bad and Bruja started from. Like, it's authentic, and it'll always be authentic, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's, Bad and Bruja is also, like, how I got into the other business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was our next question is like, how did you get into your second business, which is you sell, right? You
Yeah.
sell VHS
Final Girl
movies.
video.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go all over the thing then, because
Just go for it.
yeah, I'll ask. What is a final girl?
So, dang, look at these questions. Like,
Look
I was like,
at me,
I was
look
like,
at
dang.
me. Just kidding.
Okay, so a final girl is like basically in a horror movie, spooky movie, and especially in slasher films. So we have like Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Scream, Chucky, or not Chucky, sorry, Jason. So it's like at the end of the movie we always have a final girl, which is the strong, remaining girl who survived and got away at the end of this movie.
Well,
Yeah.
duh. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Some people probably don't know.
Yeah, no, so that's I'm here to help learn, teach.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
Final Girl
so that's what a final
Jess.
girl is, and I love final girls, in horror movies. So That's
Who's
to
your
me.
favorite final girl?
It's gonna be Neve Campbell, Sydney from Scream.
Okay.
Because Scream is my favorite franchise and favorite movie.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you had sponges.
Yeah.
Makeup blenders, right? Of Scream.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
is it like
They
the
were
shape of it?
inspired by. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you had the little pumpkins.
Yeah, the pumpkins too.
I remember there was something with the pumpkins too, with someone saying that you weren't like the original.
Oh, I know. Yeah, there's always gonna be stuff like that. So like,
I
you have to
know.
have like really tough skin when you have a business or like a podcast. You know, just anything in general that you create. You have to have thick skin. And just
I'm scared.
be professional. No, just be professional. You know. And
Yeah,
just
yeah,
block all negativity out. Because there's always gonna be some type of
yeah.
little negativity.
So was there like more than just that incident, like of negativity that you?
There was a few, but it's mostly just like stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Like, oh, I did this
Yeah,
first, or you took this from me.
Yeah.
I mean, you see that with all kinds of makeup
Yes.
brands. People are always trying to
Yeah.
like cancel the other one because the other one is like,
Yeah.
it's just a lot of.
It'd always be like that. So, but I just usually I learned to just block it out because when you see other professionals or like big brands, you don't see them arguing and fighting.
That's
Or like
true.
Target and Walmart, do you see them arguing and fighting when they have the same
That's
stuff?
so true. And
So
they
it's
always,
like,
they all
do you see
have
them
the same
arguing on
stuff.
social media? So it's like, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
and it's so true because even wow, I never even thought about it like that.
That's
Because
one day when I thought about it like that, all my anxiety went away, and I was like, you don't see big businesses arguing or saying stuff like this. You know, they just
and they
keep
do,
doing
and it is the same. It's just like, yeah, it might be similar to your idea, but this is my brand.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to copy your shit.
Yeah.
And like this is a different brand, and then a different brand. It's like you have Target brand and Walmart.
Yeah.
Brand. That is so true.
Yeah.
Wow, I never even thought
Yeah.
about it like that.
That puts us in a whole new mindset.
Yeah, it's a whole new perspective when you look at it like that. It makes you just, at the end of the day, take weight off your shoulders, and you're like, oh, like I can breathe now. I not have to have anxiety going to bed and worrying about like your business or you know something that you're putting your all into and creating.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my advice. But yeah, I have Final Girl video, which I have selling like VHSs, just like a virtual video store. Yeah.
Like a Blockbuster.
Yeah, like a
but
little mini book.
a Jess Buster.
Yeah,
She's
Jess Buster.
bringing Jess Buster. That's
Buster,
cute.
yeah,
She's bringing it back.
Yeah.
Now
It's so
we can.
nostalgic and so
Yeah.
fun and cozy, and that's also like how I got into like horror movies, like watching that too, and like you know going to the video store, and there's not a lot around, or if any at all. So finding those is more of a hobby where I don't have to create stuff. It's just like I
Yeah.
find those for people, you know, or I collect them myself. So
For
it's fun,
yourself.
yeah, and it's so fun.
There was a video. I don't know if it's still there in Moreno Valley by Cardenas.
Is there?
I don't know if it's still there, but I went there. I used to go there when I lived with my mom.
Oh.
But it was what is it, John F. Kennedy? You know the Cardenas right there in that shopping center.
Oh,
there
okay.
was. Who knows if it's still there?
Yeah.
because it's been a while.
Okay,
but-
because I search all around, so I'll have to go check.
yeah, I mean, if you've searched, it's probably not
Yeah.
there anymore. Sad, so
Yeah.
sad.
So it's like the actual physical VHS.
Yeah, like actual
wow.
movie. Yeah, I have a little VCR too, so like I'll test them or like I'll watch them because it's just like different than turning on Netflix or
Yeah.
like Hulu or whatever, and it's more fun to like get it and be like a kid again, like putting
Yeah,
it in
yeah,
there
yeah.
and then like you have to rewind it or fast forward it. Like I missed a
pencil.
part. Yeah. Oh yeah. The fingers start
that's
twirling it
right.
Oh yeah,
around.
the finger, the
Yeah.
pencil.
Dang.
See, I still live through that.
Yeah, it's fun.
You're like, my TV is still VHS. I haven't upgraded.
Well, because like I have VHS at home, because like
Okay.
obviously, but like it's like kid movies and
Oh,
stuff
okay,
like
yeah.
that. I don't think we
Yeah.
have horror movies, but
Yeah. Well, if you have horror, let me know.
I'll look at them.
She's
then.
like, hit me up.
Yeah, hit me up.
It's somewhere like in the garage somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
That's
always going
cool.
hunting. Yeah.
I
it's
mean,
fun.
I don't have a VHS player, but I need one because like my dad was like a super, like he recorded everything when we were
wow.
little. So we have a bunch of
I
videos.
love
But oh, that too.
I
That's so
know. And I tell myself all the time, like, I'm going to start recording, but like you
Yeah.
take little videos on your phone, but it's different, right? Because you're just going to hit play and stop.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like I need to buy like a camera to like record like Leanna at her games and like
it's
'cause
fun and
so,
different like that.
it's so different with this phone. Like I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna get a call, I'm gonna get a text.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, because I have so many videos that my dad took, like of us in Mexico, like
my
when we were
gosh.
little, when we first bought our house here,
Oh my
and
gosh. Isn't it fun to look back on that though? It's
yes,
like,
it kind of makes me want to cry.
Yeah,
Honestly, like
it's
it
so
makes me want to
cozy.
cry.
It's like wholesome
Yeah.
to see that.
Yeah. Because I see me when I was little and I see myself like in
Now,
action and I'm like, oh my God, girl,
You hear your
brace
voice
yourself.
change and everything.
Yeah, like when I hear my little voice, I'm like, I wish I can hug myself. I don't know, like it's just like, I'm like, girl, you're gonna go through some shit. Okay, it's gonna be okay, baby girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, is your man's into
That's
the
what
lifestyle?
that's the one I looked at
I'm
too.
like, dang, why are you gonna put me on blast? Like, yeah, he likes not as much as me. He's not hardcore like me, you know. But he does enjoy watching the horror movies, Halloween movies, and like going to like events with me or like movies with me, and he like indulges in it. But he's not like hardcore like me. Like, what did you think of this movie? This is like, we'll talk about it, you know.
He'll be like, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. He's like, I liked it. He has his favorite movies and I have mine.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He's getting into it, but he does like it.
Yeah, I always wondered. I'm like, I wonder if he's all. I mean, I know it's like completely different too because like I'm like the opposite.
Yeah.
I like everything pink and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And people ask me like, he doesn't care because I'll get like pink utensils and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
but
having differences brings balance. So
yeah,
it's okay.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want him to like too much stuff that I'm like, this is my thing. You have your own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like the room, it used to be all pinked out.
Oh my
like our
gosh.
room. Like I was like, my bedding's pink. I don't care, sir. This is my room now. But then eventually, like, I mean, he always said like, I don't care, but like. One day I was like, well, it can't just be me. So, like, I switched it to more
One day you
neutrals.
finally stopped. I was like, I guess it can't just be all me.
Yeah, and not because he had an issue, but I was like, well, I guess I want to make him feel included and not like it's just my room.
Yeah.
So I like made it more neutrals. And I remember when he came, he was like, finally. I was like, I'm sorry.
That's funny.
But I just wondered always like if your
yeah, I don't know if you see it like on. Well, I don't post him a lot that much.
Yeah,
but like when I do, like he's always there, like with me.
Yeah.
Doing things, so he enjoys it. And yeah, like not as much as me. So yeah,
that's good. So do you let your little ones watch all the scary movies?
I think depending on which movie we're watching, they will watch it. My son, who I didn't think was gonna be into like spooky stuff, is like into it. And my daughter she's used to it, but doesn't care. She's like super pink girly dolls. Like I don't want to do. I want to read books. I want to like do yoga and like do my hair and makeup and nails. You know. So I guess it's like a part of me if you think about it, because it's like she's super girly, and then I have my son who's like spooky. You know, so it's like combined. So I feel like that's kind of like a piece of me.
It's like separated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought my daughter was gonna be into like spooky stuff, but it's like out of nowhere my son was just like
all into it.
Like so much like me. Yeah. So
that's cool. What's a movie that you think my daughter would like? It's kind of hard. Okay.
It is, but you know what? For kids, I'm gonna say like start off if you like besides cartoons, like besides like Frank and Weenie and Hocus Pocus. Hotel Transylvania. I'm gonna say like Universal Monsters stuff, like the Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein. Those are good ways to start off with kids, like getting into like
and
horror.
me.
She's not asking about Leanna. She's asking about herself.
I'm asking for myself.
Yeah.
No, I guess I was gonna ask you for beginners.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just like have this thing that like I get sometimes my anxiety does get triggered.
No, yeah. It can be triggering. Horror can be triggering.
But you know why? Shout out to my cousin. You fucked me up.
Traumatized you?
Yeah, I think it
Childhood
did.
trauma.
I think it did because like I wasn't ready. You know what I mean? Like I remember, and like obviously she didn't know any better.
Yeah.
She put. I don't know how old I was. I probably was younger than Leanna, so she's 10. So I want to say I was old enough to remember this moment, but not old enough to like and it was trauma, I guess, because I remember watching the movie. I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
God. How old were you?
Girl, I was like 7. I don't know.
Yeah, that's way too hardcore. I wouldn't. That's like a movie I would not let my kids watch.
So I'm on the right then.
Yeah, you're on the right. I mean, my kids will watch Scream,
Uh-huh.
but they know, like, I tell them, like, hey, like, that's obviously not the, like, sexual parts, of course.
Yeah.
But it's, like, the killings and stuff. I'm like, that's that's fake. It's just a movie and it's pretend blood. They're like, is it ketchup? I'm like, yeah, it's just ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, it's a toy, like how you have. I'm like, yeah, these are toys. It's just a movie. You know, like when we go to Universal Studios or like, it's acting. You know, I was like, you know, when you watch YouTube and there's people like playing around, that's like, you know, some of them are acting like movies and stuff. I was like, so they understand that it's a costume and it's not real.
Yeah, I guess that's what it was. Like, I mean, I knew. A part of me knew it wasn't scary. Real, but I remember like we watched it and she's like, oh, I'm gonna put this movie on, and like I fucking watched the whole fucking thing, like I couldn't stop watching it. And then but I remember that night I had so much anxiety. We watched it at night too.
Oh yeah.
And I had so much anxiety, and I mean I was already like an anxiety type of I've had it all my life, so like that was one of my triggers. And then like I was full of anxiety for a long time after that at night.
They should put Frankenstein for on you, girl. Like, they should put Frankenstein.
Yeah, so then I guess ever since then, I have seen...
right now for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, I still get scared at some of that. Like, I cringe. I love Leatherface, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, I love watching those, but they make me like, ooh, because it's creepy and makes you uneasy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that is, I could see why you're like, oof.
Yeah, so like after that, like... I don't really fuck with scary movies. Like, I mean, I have seen some, obviously. Like, that happened when I was so little. Like, how could I have not seen a scary movie from then? But I guess the reason why I hold back a lot is because, like, I don't want it to trigger that anxiety again. Yeah. Because for a long time, like for months, like as soon as the sun would start going down, I would start feeling scared. Yeah. Like, how fucking sad, huh? You fucked me up. Like literally, so that's where it started from. So
I can see that happening, like you getting scared when the like, you know, the sun goes down, it's getting dark. Because I was actually talking to one of my friends about this. Is like, I don't know if you guys remember like the little newspapers or magazines at like the grocery store, and it would say stuff about Bat Boy. Yeah, like I don't know, it was just like this bat looking little boy with like pointy ears and like big eyeballs. It was like a fake magazine. I might have to find it so then you can put it like on the screen somewhere.
Yeah.
But
it'll be up here.
Yeah, right here.
Somewhere here.
But yeah, I would freak out like, oh my gosh, like all these like scary things are gonna come out, like this Bat Boy, these vampires. So like when it would get dark, I would get scared and think of that because I saw that. So that makes sense. Like I would literally be anxious thinking of it. Like
yeah, like no, girl, I had like bad anxiety from that. Like I'm not even fucking kidding.
Yeah,
like
I can imagine.
Just thinking about it, like it kind of almost makes me. That's why when I was thinking, I was like, oh cool, I want it to be like moody. I want the red lights. And then I started thinking to myself, I was telling her, I was like, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get through spooky season with the episodes because
obviously it can be triggering for some people. Yeah, horror and Halloween isn't for everybody. I mean, I know some people who do have anxiety but still like to watch and get into it because it brings that adrenaline. But some people like that anxious.
What I would say is that like I'm down to watch scary movies, but if it has to do, and I don't even want to say it because I get so scared. I'm not looking over here. If it has to do with like Bible stuff, like being
religious stuff,
demons, shit like that, I will not fuck with that. I will not watch that shit. I don't want that shit on my TV. I'm not inviting any of that. Like
I feel like when I watch that stuff, that's like in the body of horror. There's like different genres within horror. So there's like found footage, which would be like the Blair Witch. You know, like they find like a footage. Slashers, like how we discussed, like Michael Myers, Scream, Jason, and then like the whole religion one scares the shit out of me. It makes me feel like, because it's so realistic, you know, and things can happen. I remember we were watching The Exorcist.
That was my first, like, how she's singing, like, and I was thinking, right when she's thinking of, like, Exorcist songs, I was thinking The Exorcist, and, like, I can, like, live replay it of, like, the moment when I saw it. I was at an uncle's house. It was an apartment, too, and they were, like, it was, like, just all family, like, my parents, my uncles, my cousins, and all the little ones, and they just put The Exorcist. And so, like, I vividly remember, like, hiding behind the couch and, like, peeking, like, up and down throughout scenes, and just, like, seeing, and, like, every time I see The Exorcist, I haven't fully ever watched it in my life.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's like my trigger movie.
I've seen The Exorcist.
I don't feel like it's like now it's not super scary. There's parts of it that are scary to me, but
that are creepy as fuck.
But if you watch it at night, it is fucking scary.
Stop.
Yeah. We were watching it at night. The Exorcist was on, and our light in our room. No one was there. We watched it from the hallway. Like, we could see from the hallway. Turned on and turned off. And no one was over there. It was just me, my kids, and my husband. Like, we were watching it. The kids fell asleep halfway. Yeah, they were casually watching The Exorcist. Yeah, they were casually.
Like, it was just like a regular Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, regular Sunday.
Regular Tuesday night.
They had fallen asleep on the couch. And then, like, we looked over and it was, like, flickering. We're like... But yeah, they watched some of The Exorcist and they're like, why is she like that? Like, they're like confused.
What the fuck's wrong with her?
You know, they're still small, but they didn't watch all of it because they fell asleep. And we ended up turning it off after the lights flickered. We're like, oh, hell no.
You're like, I think it's time for bed.
Yeah, that's a sign. So
I gotta play it off and shit.
So yeah, the religious stuff is scary.
But you will still watch it?
I'll still watch it, yeah.
Will you watch anything?
I'll watch, pretty much anything. Mm-hmm.
Is there something, like, you stray away from?
No, not really. Like, I'll watch pretty much anything, you know. I'll give it a chance. I have, like, my favorite types and, like, my favorite horror movies, Halloween movies. But I feel like something I can't watch, a movie, if that's what you're specifically asking, like, a movie I can't watch, or I don't like to watch, is The Strangers. I don't know if you've seen that.
Sounds familiar.
Okay, so The Strangers is about, like, this couple going out to the middle of nowhere, like a cabin or like their house, and like literally strangers pop up at the house trying to break in and taunt them and end up pretty, you know, I don't want to spoil the movie, but yeah. So it just because that seems so realistic. Anything realistic freaks me out. Like, you can be at home alone
anything
right
with true story, based on a true story, I'm like,
oh yeah,
yes,
I've seen that.
yeah.
I've seen the movie.
It's scary.
And then it ended and I was like, wow.
Yeah, and it just makes me like, oof.
But see, I feel like I could see that.
Oh yeah, no, I can't.
It's just like religious. Well, it has to be like fucking 7 a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
It has to be in the morning. I can never
Eating
be
breakfast,
like
watching a scary movie.
Yeah, no, I'm never gonna be like, hey, like let's put on a scary
movie.
Fuck that, because then I'm gonna be up like awake. Like,
yeah,
I have to make sure it's like first thing in the morning, and then I go on about my day and do things to make me forget.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So then going back into the genre thing, like which one would be your favorite? Like go to, like, you know, slasher.
I'm gonna say slashers.
Slashers.
Yeah, because that's where the final girl is.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
And I love like the blood and gore. I don't know if you've seen some of my posts. Like I'm always like when I do my photos.
Yes. I've seen your photo shoots.
Yeah, with my girl, Christina Grimm. Shout out to her. So she does like her setups and stuff. So I'll always have blood. I'm like, I want blood at the end. You know, I just think it's so fun and like it's not scary. I just make it fun and cute type of thing, you know. But going back to that, the genre, the body of horror, it's gonna be, I love slashers. So like my favorite movie, again going back to Scream, Ghostface is my favorite slasher. So yeah.
Is that his name?
Ghostface? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Never knew
the
that.
actual mask. Yeah,
I just call him Scream.
Scream, yeah, no. I'm like, it's
That's
Ghostface, get
funny.
away. What about you guys? Do you guys like have favorite scary movies? No.
I mean, I was really into the Saw movies.
Okay, yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
What about you?
Me, I think. I know I said I don't watch. I just want to stray away from. But because of like my siblings and stuff, like when movies like Annabelle, The Conjuring, and all those came out, like we go to the theaters to watch them.
Those are fun
and I
to
was
watch.
like those ones, as well as like Exorcist movies or like movies like in that type. We'll sit down and watch them like all together as sisters, and like we'll like obviously like we're all scared, but we're like, oh, like that was cool at the end. So I think like maybe like. I know I said I'd avoid to, but like based on true stories and stuff like that, like exorcism types, demonic ones. Those are the ones like we are really, like I'm into and really into, and like we'll like sit down like on a Friday night or something, or like we'll go over, they'll come over, we'll sit down, we'll put like a Conjuring movie or something, Annabelle, like anything like that. We'll sit down and watch.
That's fun. I like that. That's cool that you guys do that. I think those movies are really like. They're spooky, but not too hardcore. Where it's like, oh, I feel like I can't watch it, but I think they're fun.
Yeah,
and they give
like
you that
anything
adrenaline.
with like a series. Yeah, like I think it's just like the adrenaline. Like I'll be hiding behind a pillow. The first time I watch it, I'll be hiding, but I'll be like
those jump scares where they think everything's okay, and then they're just like boom, like they jump out at you.
Oh no!
And then we'll watch it again, and then I'll be like, oh, like it's just a CGI and stuff. Like I started like breaking it apart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it wasn't even that bad.
Like I'm not that scared. Yeah.
I was like, why was I scared?
Yeah.
Put this pillow here.
That's funny. You're all like, oh, you're explaining it away.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is how they got it done.
I think that's how I get it through my head that it's not real or there's just a movie. Like I start breaking it down.
Yeah.
In that aspect, because then if I start overthinking it, and then again I won't sleep at night. I'll get just anxious and stuff like that, or I'll be laying in bed and be like, what was that?
That's cool that you do that. I love to break down like the movies and what I liked, what I didn't like, and to make it like, you know, like just digging deep into it. I think that's fun. So after the part of being scared, you're like, wait, I'm not that scared because that was just like a CGI thing, you know?
Yeah, and then like I said, I watch with my sisters and stuff, or with my family, my parents and stuff like that. We'll sit down, we'll watch it, and then afterwards we're like just talking like, oh, like remember this part, or like we'll go back and replay certain scenes. And we're like, oh, that's where it was. Or, like I like what I didn't catch, maybe they caught what I caught, they didn't catch, and so we just like sit down, talk it, tie it all together and everything.
That's cool. I like that.
So I think. But that's the only way I can watch it. I won't like sit down here by myself and be like, let me just turn this on real quick.
Me at home put it on in the middle of the day. The kids
like,
at school.
I'm bored.
I'm eating lunch.
Cereal movie.
Yeah. For breakfast and lunch, washing the dishes. And like,
she's just chilling. She's like, I need to relax.
It's like, I need to relax.
I've had a stressful day. What was the first scary movie you ever watched, and how old were you?
Okay, I think I was.
I hope it wasn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I remember the movies. It was
or The Exorcist.
It was Sleepwalkers and it was The Leprechaun.
Oh, I forgot about
that.
That little leprechaun.
And that anxiety feeling where you're just like scared. And I remember kind of like how you said hiding behind the couch, like as like at a family party and you're just there and they had it on just chilling. Everyone was like, you know, it was back in the 90s, so it's like early 90s. I think I was like 4 or 5. Yeah, and I remember it because it's stuck in my head. Yeah, it was Sleepwalkers and about like the alien cat people, the cats. And then it is the Leprechaun, that little shit. Ugh, he still creeps me out.
Leprechaun.
That thing is creepy.
I forgot about that.
It is creepy.
Damn, that just unlocked the memory in my head right now. So I was like,
know.
oh shit, the leprechaun.
Ugh, I hate that little guy. So yeah, that was my first.
And you were little.
I was little. Yeah, but that's not what got me into horror. It's like not till elementary school when I learned, or I started watching Goosebumps when it first premiered and stuff. Goosebumps.
Oh, that's right.
I love
I used
Goosebumps.
to run home and go watch that after school.
Yeah, it was like a show. You go home, like turn it on. Yeah, I would watch it with my brother.
I guess I could. That's what I could watch with Leanna.
Yeah, yeah. Goosebumps for kids is fun.
Yeah.
What was your favorite episode or?
Oh, the Haunted Mask. The Haunted Mask.
Mine has to be the doll one.
Oh, Slappy. Night of the Living Dummy, I think.
No. The one of like the little girl. She has like a replica doll of herself.
Oh, okay.
That one, as well as there's one of there's a basement one that's like the plant one.
Oh yeah,
like
don't go down in the
mutating.
basement.
Yeah, that one was pretty good too.
I think that was like the first one that ever came out. Like when they premiered it was that one. So I remember watching that one actually. That was like the first one I saw. And then my favorite is gonna be The Haunted Mask. It's actually on Netflix. Like all Goosebumps, the whole series. Yeah.
Oh. Ooh,
Yeah, because my niece and my nephew watch it too.
Yeah. Sometimes
And,
I'll put it on.
I walk in, I'm like, what are you guys watching? Like, oh, Goosebumps. I'm like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, my childhood right there.
So yeah.
Do you remember that show? Was it Fact or Fiction? And they would show like creepy ass shit, and then they would tell you at the end if that was like a real story or fiction.
It sounds familiar.
I'll never forget this one episode. I don't know, it just came to mind. I think because we're talking about like the 90s and stuff. There was this one episode, and this I think it was this man that would sleepwalk, and then they started putting like a little bell on him.
Oh my
because like he would sleepwalk, and like every time he would get further and further.
Yeah.
So they put a bell so they can hear him, right? So one day like he took off, and like they never found him, right? And then the mom was like on the phone,
Stop,
like,
I'm getting scared.
I'm sorry. She's like, hold on. And then the mom was like on the phone, like, yeah, we never found him. We don't know where he's at, blah, blah, blah. And the little girl comes and she's like, he's in my dollhouse.
Stop.
I'm sorry. And then she was like, what?
The way that she's changing her voice, you made it sound scary.
I'm sorry.
No, you're a good story.
She's in my ear right now, too. I'm just like, I'm about to take out the earphones. Like, we don't need to monitor the audio anymore.
She's like, Mom, he's in my dollhouse. And she's like, what, sweetie? And she's like, yeah, come look. And she goes to her dollhouse, and there was a little doll of a man. And
why does that sound familiar?
And he had the
sound
same
familiar.
Outfit, and he had a little bell on his wrist.
That sounds familiar.
I don't remember if it was fact or fiction. Yeah. I hope it was fiction. But that was that. Like I remember, I used to
what do you guys think? Do you guys, your listeners, is that fact or is that fiction?
Right.
Watch its fact.
Fact, I know.
Oh, hell no. If it's fact, don't tell me.
It's not fact, it's facts.
Facts. Period.
Yeah.
But I remember they always had like these creepy ass stories.
It sounds familiar.
Like some
that
would be
specific
true.
episode sounds familiar. Something that I've seen, so it might have been.
It was probably a show that everybody would probably watch back then.
Yeah.
But like I remember it was just like different creepy like stories and like I don't know, I always watched it, and when it would say like it was a fact, I would be like, ugh.
I feel like the 90s had like the coolest like creepy shows.
Yeah, I mean
every generation had.
Is that
theirs.
why there were so many serial killers?
Maybe.
Oh shit.
That was like in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm more of a serial killer person.
Oh, okay.
Like I love knowing about them.
Documentaries and stuff.
Yeah, like why did you do that?
I was gonna say, do you like dig deep into like their like the whole psychology of it?
Yeah, I wanted to be a forensic psychologist.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I really wanted to do that. Like,
you
know how they can, based on like their murders and stuff, they say like, oh, it's a male, between 30s, white, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. I always wanted to do that, but I don't know. I guess I just.
It sounds fun though.
Maybe I could just talk about it on the podcast.
You can. You should.
Serial killer shit. Yeah. But yeah. Let's see.
Did you ever read the what's that book? Scary. They turned into
the
movie,
scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Scary stories.
Yeah,
in
something
the dark?
like that.
Yeah. Why did I have a brain fart right now about that? Yeah. Yeah, I did. I remember me and my cousin and my brother.
Favorite. Like that was my go-to at the library in elementary. Yes. I would go and check them out.
That's so crazy that they had it in there. I don't think they have them in there anymore in the libraries for the kids. Yeah. But I do remember we would go to my cousin's house and my brother, my cousin, and me. We would read that book. Mm-hmm. And I remember when the movie came out, she's like, "We gotta go see this," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I just watched it recently because, like you said, when it came out theaters, I was like, "Oh, I have to go watch it," because that was like my favorite book.
Yeah.
Like I could remember just wanting like that book, and I would reread it. It was
cool.
Cool.
Movie, right?
And it was creepy. I remember reading it and being like in my head, I start picturing. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is so scary," but like it's so addictive.
Yeah. That movie was good actually. I actually liked it.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good, like remake of a book and everything. Yeah,
I was like, oh my god.
I know the one story from there that like I collectively like remember was like the ribbon one.
Oh yeah,
the girl with the ribbon.
Yes, Mine was the toe, where the toe was stuck in the dirt. Down and the scarecrow one. That one was cool.
There's also the bus stop one.
Oh, the bus. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Did you ever read that one? The book.
I don't know. What was it called? I think I blacked out for a bit. I'm sorry.
You're like zoning out.
Like I heard you guys after, like I think you said the name or whatever.
Scary stories to tell in the dark.
So it was a book?
Yeah.
And then they made movies.
Mm-hmm. They just recently made it a movie.
Oh, recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me see the book. I feel I'm not like a visual person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember the names, but if I see. Scary
stories to tell in the dark. And that's crazy how, like you said, they did have those in elementary school. Like, even like the cover art and everything. Yeah, like that's creepy.
I know.
No, I don't think. I probably was traumatized.
Yeah, I don't think you do because maybe you were like
I feel like maybe this is around the time I got traumatized with the scary movie, so I probably was not trying to look at anything scary. But what do you think is a scary movie that you were like super fucking excited over and like it was like overhyped? Like you watched it and you were like, oh, that was trash.
Oh my gosh. I'm probably gonna get so much hate for this, but it's probably gonna be Halloween Kills, which is from I think it was like last year or 2 years ago.
Oh, I feel you on that one.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Halloween Kills.
Yeah, with the Michael Myers. It's like
it was like a more recent one.
Yeah, it was more recent. It's like a whole new, same franchise as like Michael Myers, but it's more of like this like a remake of a whole like following up from the story.
Okay.
So like leading up to the end, which Halloween Ends comes out in October. October.
Okay.
So the Kills from last year was just, I'm sorry, but trash.
I didn't finish watching it. I couldn't.
Yes, it was so cringy, and I was just like, I mean, I get it. Everyone has their own type and their own taste, but it was not for me. It was overhyped, honestly. Yeah, I love Michael Myers.
Super excited, and
I was super excited to see it. I really enjoyed the previous Halloween. I think that one was from 2017, 2018. That one was okay. I feel like they should have ended it there. And Michael Myers should have died off in that fire. To me, and then I feel like the kills and ends just is not for me. Like, I just don't care for it. I'm still gonna watch it. I was like, I'm still gonna watch it. It's a horror movie, you know. But that's it. That was overhyped for me. Yeah.
So you look like you were very disappointed.
Yeah, I'm still disappointed talking about it. I'm like,
damn, she's about to cry over here.
Yeah, that one was a no.
Okay, so what is like a movie that you think was like a really good remake and then a really bad remake?
Oh my gosh, you guys are asking good questions. Okay, so a really good remake is, I'm gonna say The Hills Have Eyes, because they have one from the 70s. I think it was the 70s or 80s. And then they have the one just from, I think, the early 2000s, which I really love the early 2000s one that came out. That one was really good.
The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
Which one's that? Is that the one where they eat people?
Yeah, they like go in the middle of nowhere, their car, you know, and there's like these.
Okay,
like,
I remember.
Weird,
that.
like mountain people, like.
Yes.
Ugh.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah, that
it's like cringy, creepy. But it's like when I'm on my way to Vegas, I'm like, oh, we're going through the hills have eyes out here. What if our car breaks down?
You know what I think of, like, when I travel somewhere where we're like in the middle of nowhere, Jeepers Creepers.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, fuck, he's about to fly on my fucking car and take my eyeballs.
But yeah, I feel like that one was a good remake. And then as far as like a bad remake. Dang, I'm trying to think. A bad remake. I'm gonna say there's so many remakes too. I'm just like, oof, I can't choose one that I don't like. There's so many.
Well, let me ask you about a specific one.
Yeah.
What did you think? Well, I don't know. I guess it wasn't really like a remake, or I don't know what the fuck it was. But the most recent Scream movie.
Okay, so that one, I feel like it was fun, and it paid like homage to the original Scream. So this is like a whole new generation of like starting off again, you know. Same with the Halloween. That's why I didn't really care for it. I was like, this is not how it is or what I expected. But the Scream that I just saw, it actually came out at the beginning of this year.
Was it this year?
Yeah, it was this year. I don't know why I was thinking it was last year.
I saw it
too. It was fun. It was fast paced, and I liked the blood and gore and the kills and everything. But I just feel like it was kind of just like fast paced. I don't have nothing bad to say about it.
It was just like,
I mean, it could have been better, you know.
Yeah.
I really like that they had some original cast in there.
Yeah. I think it's just like some movies like you just can't fuck with.
Yeah.
Like, you're
but
just...
I don't think I could ever say anything bad about Scream franchise because it's my favorite. I obviously love the original, and there's 2, 3, 4, like ones that I like more than the other, but that's my favorite.
Your favorite
Ghostface Scream, yeah. But that one was okay. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was cool, but didn't it have some of the cast?
Original cast and new cast, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was cool.
I feel like, I guess what I didn't like about it was just a little too predictable about who was like the killer and stuff. But I feel like that's what makes horror movies like fun, when it's like, you know, like that.
Yeah, but that's true.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't feel like remakes. I don't know, like there was one I didn't like also was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one on Netflix. I didn't really care for that one too.
I think I saw it.
That one was kind of cheesy. Like,
Wasn't
there was a girl
like
running at the
kids?
Yeah, and there was a girl running at the end, and like Texas Chainsaw, like Leatherface was like chasing her, and she was like literally taking 2 steps to like if she was running, and I was like, girl, like, you know, you're gonna run your ass if there's someone chasing you, and she's like just jogging like, oh, and he's like right here to him like, oh, like, you know, like I was like, it was just too,
what the fuck?
Yeah. And the way that it was filmed, it just looked like too, like, it was just in the back lot of somewhere, like, you could tell, you know?
Yeah.
But the Leatherface itself and the gore and the blood, like, that was perfect, I felt. But other than that, I was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
So it's going on that, like, filming and stuff. Like, do you have a favorite director?
I feel like it's gonna be Wes Craven, of course, because again, Scream. He did Nightmare on Elm Street. He did also. There's so many that he did. The People Under the Stairs. And also I want to say Guillermo del Toro. Well, he's not really horror, but he's like more like the gothic, like dark aesthetic of like filming. Like Crimson Peak. I love that one. So yeah, I would say like those two are my favorite.
Mine has to be James Wan.
James Wan.
Just because like The Conjuring and all those are my go-tos.
Yeah.
And, like anything James Wan, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch that. And it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Well, I think there was one that we didn't like, but I can't see. I don't know.
I think all those films are pretty good, and I feel like they do little like spooky things, like it's the whole cinematography and the way that he like shoots his films is really consistent and spooky, and like you're just like on edge the whole time. So he's a good one too. Yeah.
So let's have you do actual movie reviews. So for movie reviews, the first one, rate 1 through 10.
Okay, yeah.
So
and if I have a comment, just say it.
Yeah, okay. So I'm sure we know one is shitty.
I was like, I get to judge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one is going to be The Exorcist.
Okay, The Exorcist is going to get an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a classic movie. It has, actually, The Exorcist has one of my most favorite quotes in like horror genre. So
yeah,
when I say The Exorcist.
Oh, spooky.
Yeah. There's some pretty good quotes in there, so that's why I'm like, I quote it on a daily, so it's like
what's a good quote?
I'm like
what's
can you bleep it out here? I was like, can you bleep it on here?
Yeah.
It's the one where they say where Reagan, she's like laying in bed and she's like possessed, and the priest comes. Like, she's like, and then she's like, you're like, I say that on a daily.
Jesus, I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot they'd be saying that shit.
And I just die laughing like all the time. So I'll say it randomly through the day. Like,
you say it to your man.
No, just like randomly, like, oh, yeah.
When you're in the mood.
Yeah, when I'm in the mood.
Yeah. No, just kidding. He's like,
in my little nightgown.
Bye.
She has a face mask on too.
Yeah. So that one gets an 8 out of 10. Has some some pretty good quotes in there.
Yeah, that's funny. I never thought about I'm gonna quote.
That's my favorite quote.
Okay, The Nightmare on Elm Street.
The Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I'm not a big fan of Freddy Krueger, although I do love Wes Craven. I just feel like he's just not my favorite slasher. But I do enjoy original horror, and that's one of the original ones, so I do love. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I watched that when I was around that age too.
Yeah.
I think she was super into like spooky stuff too.
Yeah.
And like she would be putting all these movies, and now that I'm remembering, she would put that shit on too. And I would be there like a fucking idiot, like
watching
holy
it.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that one gets an 8 out of 10 also.
Yes. How about Freddy versus Jason?
Okay, Freddy versus Jason, I feel like is cool. And I feel like it was made for like a specific audience. More so like I guess for the boys, in horror, like that like horror you want to see like, your top 2 like go at it. I think it's a fun watch. It's fun. But I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, it was really kind of weird to me.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, it was so long ago.
It's cool to see like 2 slashers going at it. I think that's pretty cool, the whole concept. But I just feel like no, I'm good. Like
you're like, I need the spooky shit.
Yeah,
not the fighting shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my turn. Insidious.
Insidious again. Like, I feel like those are after slashers. I feel like that whole body of horror is really good. So I'm gonna give that one a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
The song in that one creeped me out.
Huh?
That song.
And
the tiptoe through.
Yes. I actually like listening to that song.
Okay.
I was like, it makes me happy. It puts me in a good mood.
Someone put it on like a cooking. They like this person is like an influencer, but she's not like a, she's not on the spooky. I mean, probably in her own time she likes spooky movies, whatever. But she's like a fitness person, and she's like always like. I mean, her vibe on IG is more like light, like bright, like and she's posting like cooking videos, and everything's like pink and cute. And she put that song right, and I was like. Because it's like an uppity song, right?
She probably didn't know, and she was like, oh.
Well, I'm sure she knows.
Oh, okay.
But it was
like... Was it
like...
for spooky season?
Oh, no. No, it wasn't for spooky season, but I'm sure everybody knows, like, where it's from.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, why would you choose that?
Yeah.
So, like, it's like you can't not think of, like, something creepy, right? Yeah. I was just like, what?
It's very eerie.
Yeah, very. I'll never forget the one from, I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street, the little kid singing.
Oh, 1, 2, Freddy coming for
you.
you.
Stop. You guys are in my ear, remember?
Oh. And so the most recent one, of course, and you watched The Barbarian.
Oh my gosh. That one gets a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
If anything, I think it gets a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, honestly. Because it's so original. There's nothing like it, and it's unpredictable. And it had blood and guts and gore, and it was creepy, and these jump scares were good. So I just feel
like you weren't expecting it.
I was not expecting anything at all, and the storyline was like so good.
Oh wow!
There wasn't a lot of press around it. I feel like there was for promotion, but you didn't know what it was about.
I honestly never knew, but I never even knew there was a new scary movie coming out until I saw you talking about it. And I was like,
it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself, I feel, and it's really good. And if anybody's gonna watch a movie this year, they need to go see that one.
Do you think I could handle it?
Yeah. It's like creepy.
It's
like creepy and gross.
Okay.
You gotta go see The Barbarian. Everyone go watch The Barbarian. Sorry.
I'm tongue twister.
Barbarian.
I'm gonna buy the bootleg version outside. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah,
that's funny.
Wait, I have like 2 more then. Cool. More recent one, The Black Phone.
The Black Phone. I actually had to watch it a second time. So I watched it at the movies, and then I watched it at home. The first time I watched it, it just didn't. I feel like it's not a horror movie. It has like horror aspects to it. I feel like it's more of a thriller.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like more of a thriller.
Yeah, because that's what I was seeing a lot. Like a lot of like mixed reviews on it. A lot of people were like hyping it up, but then a lot were like it didn't live up to the hype.
It's more of a thriller with some horror elements, like the whole aesthetic. Like it's like dark, and like the characters like with this mask and stuff. So it does feel dragged on at some points, but I'm gonna give that one. I feel like a 6 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. It was good for what it was and the storyline, but I feel like it reminded me a lot of what is that movie called? No, I'm having a blank right now. But yeah, anyways, that one gets a 6 out of 10. Sorry. I was like, I can't remember right now. Yeah.
Okay, and then my last one, I have to put some gore in there, I guess. Jigsaw.
Yeah. Jigsaw, like the whole Saw.
The Saw movies.
Is it the Jigsaw specifically, or like the Saw movies in general?
Saw movies in general. Jigsaw,
oh, okay, yeah. Those I do like those though, the gore and everything.
I like that.
I like them. I think they're fun. I'm gonna give those like a 7 out of 10. I feel like the first one can get like, like I would say 7 out of 10, because the gore and it's fresh and new, and there was nothing like it when it first came out. Saw 1 and 2 were really good. So those I feel like get a 7 out of 10. It's creepy. There's nothing like it. There's gore in it. It's scary. I don't feel like there's like a lot of jump scares where you're like, oh dang, like something's popping out. It just like makes you uncomfortable and scared. Like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Like cringe, Yeah. So that one's a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed the Saw movies.
Yeah, those are cool to watch. Like, you know.
Because it's not like very, like, so much...
Like a slasher coming at you. It's not a slasher where you're like, something's gonna
I think more like when shit pops up, that's where I'm like, fuck, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, those all movies I was into. But doesn't it ever like make you wonder, like when you see fucked up movies like that, don't you ever think like, damn, like why are people thinking this shit?
Yeah.
Like
you have to have like a dark like mind to like come up with stuff like that.
I feel like you're either a fucking serial killer or you're gonna make it into movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just like
crazy.
me, because like, why the fuck are you thinking that?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on in your little mind?
It's crazy.
It's crazy, but I don't know. It's just creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was all for our movie. Well, Jess's FinalGirlJess reviews. Yeah. I like saying that.
FinalGirlJess.
She's a FinalGirlJess girl. I'm gonna be the first girl. I'm first girl. Nettie.
First one that goes out.
Yeah, literally, I'm dying. I'll just fucking end it myself because I don't want to be scared. But yeah, well, that was good. I want to see The Barbarian.
Yes,
but I'm scared. But I'll let you know if I.
You gotta go see it.
If I see it,
I feel like you could watch that. You would be.
But I feel like I'll be. Do you think it'll be easier for me to see it at home or at the movies?
I say you can go to the movies. It's not where it's not scary where you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm traumatized. It's more like you weren't expecting it. You're like, oh my gosh, what was that type of thing, you know?
Yeah, it's not too like.
It's
deep,
not too deep,
like,
scary. You're just more like, what the fuck type scary, like gross. That's gross.
Okay, I'm for sure gonna go watch it.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, never mind. Don't quote me, because if I don't.
Or also the movie Pearl just came out too. I saw that the other day with my friend. Pearl. I don't know if you guys seen the movie X or heard about it. No. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. You gotta look at the series of like the whole.
Like, do I have to watch the other first?
You know, I mean, I would recommend it because that character. The new movie that came out. Pearl is based on a character from the movie X. And it's a cool watch. Not for kids, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think you guys should go see that. Pearl's cool. But watch X first. You can watch it here at home. X isn't really scary. It's more like gory. Okay. And like creepy. It's not scary. Gory. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, well, thanks for the movie reviews.
Yeah.
I do have, I guess, I have two things. I have a last question. So, I mean, I made the question before I knew, like, you were no longer the owner of Bad and Bruja. But, so what, because I was going to ask, like, what do you see business-wise for yourself in 5 years? Or, like, not 5 years, but, like, in the future years coming.
Yeah. So, I'm, like, being freshly, like, unemployed now. I'm just kidding. Because I don't have Bad and Bruja. No, now I feel like I'm working on like my Final Girl video. I want to expand with more on that, like a virtual. That's more of a hobby. I don't have to really create too much, but I do want to create like little things like to make it feel like a video store, like you know. But also, I want to do like my own podcast. I want to do, you know, go back to school and finish like esthetician and stuff like that. I want to do eyelash extensions and brow lamination. So I want to do stuff like that, you know. I'm still a stay-at-home mom, you know.
Yeah,
I still
so you do things from home.
Yes, do stuff at home.
Make your own schedule.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like...
I feel that.
Yeah, I feel like now is the time just to enjoy, like, all the hard work I did and, like, enjoy my kids now and, like, teach them, like, just, like, being more in sports and activities and, like, their conversations, like, are growing every day and they talk so much. So I feel like I have more time now to like be more in depth with that.
Yeah, that's good.
But also when they're at school, I still have those 6 hours or however long they're in school for myself. So I want to still do something
that
you know,
enjoy.
Yes, enjoy.
Yeah, because this like the podcast is I feel like something that I enjoy.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel I know that V does the editing.
But like, I don't have to do a lot of work. Yeah, like I don't have to do a lot of work.
No, but even if I like say I didn't have school and whatever, I had more free time, like I would enjoy editing.
Yeah.
Right now it's just like I can't enjoy it because I already have like so much pressure to do things that like actually have like a timely deadline, you know. So with this, but yeah, I guess I feel if I could like do this and like just this, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
And obviously, it would give me more time to, like, expand it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But, yeah, 5 years from now, I just want to keep creating and for business-wise, you know. I have so much fun. Like I said, I always see myself as a creator, so I just want to keep creating, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like it helps me express myself more.
Yeah. Well, if you start a podcast, let us know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll have you guys as guests. Yeah.
We'll be like,
would love
what's
to
up,
feature.
guys?
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I guess that is it for today, guys. So just make sure you let us know how we're doing in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, follow
you
us
want to.
on Instagram, TikTok, as well as on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
And you just feedback, please.
Yes. And, well, I don't know.
And you can follow me on Instagram, FinalGirlJess, and you can follow Final Girl Video, my little video shop, if you want horror content, things like that. But yeah, stay spooky.
Follow
and
her.
happy spooky season.
Yay. Happy spooky season.
Ooh,
Stay
this
tuned
is
for
a
the
great
rest
start
of
to
our
our spooky
spooky
season.
month because we got some things coming up. I really want to do La Llorona, so y'all are going to hear the Llorona myth or urban legend whole thing. So, yeah. Well, thanks, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was the other thing. Sorry, I forgot. We got you something.
I was like, I don't have my glasses. I can't see.
got you a
Oh,
little
that's cute.
gift.
Thank you. You guys are
a
so
little
sweet.
something
I was not
for
expecting
you.
that. How cute. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
This is
It's
super
cute. I
cute.
think it reminded me of you.
Oh my gosh. This is so cute. I love spooky mugs. That is so cool.
I know. There was so many, and I was like, they all remind me
That
of
is
her.
so cool.
Which one do I get her?
Aw. Oh my gosh, this one is so cool too. I love it. This makes me happy. I love being spoiled during spooky season. Thank you. Thank you, guys. That's so
You're
cool.
welcome.
The blanket was
Oh,
my
I was
favorite
looking.
part.
I was like, oh my gosh, look at the face.
It
And then
makes
it has a
I
little
think it makes a
noise.
sound. Let's just
Oh my
take
gosh,
it out.
I think I hear it. Oh my god.
I was like, oh my god,
That's
I gotta
so
get her
cute.
this.
Thank you.
You're
You guys are so
welcome.
sweet. Thank you. And thanks for having me. This was so fun. Let me know if you guys want me to come back and talk more spooky stuff. I'm always down.
Yes, we would love to.
We would love that. But all right, guys. See you guys, or yeah.
Happy spooky season.
Happy spooky season.
You gotta insert spooky music now.
Yes, for
spooky
sure.
Yeah.
See you guys and
through the window.
oh, look at her giving her a
I'm gonna get scared. I'm gonna put it in there and be like,
No, wait. Do you just want to be permanent? Our third one. But
You wanna be my third?
do you want to have a threesome?
Yeah.
Sorry, not like that.
Be like, no, but if you want to.
I mean,
this is the casting couch.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I
Your
did
couch.
say that was like my first hint. No, just kidding. All right. Well, see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.